Hey, how is everyone doing? Uh, July 16th, all right, so decent day. You guys like my new poster behind her, Midwest Stock Exchange? I was there. I feel like I was there 100 years, okay? I really do. With my buddy Rob Smith, right? So me and Rob sat next to each other a long, long time. So there's that. All right, so I don't know if you know who this guy is, but he's kind of the guy that invented this whole strat business. And I think that when I go through some of these videos, I'm going to go through a little slower and I'm going to talk a little bit more about actionable signals. All right, an actionable signal is anything that is like right here. I'm going to point to Tesla. Okay, you see that? That's a one because it's inside and it's trapped, okay? So that is an actionable signal, all right, which means it can create change, all right? So we'll see again, Tesla buttoned it up better today here. It made the high of the day on the last bar of the day. Oh, just hold on a second there. I got a little, all right. All right, so again, 323.50, okay? So your Tesla. So I got the point I want to make is this is an actionable signal because it's a one. Any stock that gets stuck in any time frame, okay, and stays in as a one, that is considered to be an actionable signal. And then what we look for during these actionable signals is we look for things like this on the shooter coming down here. All right, a shooter is it's the upside down of a hammer. Okay, so shooter comes down here. So when a shooter comes down, what can happen is what we'd like to have happen is we want to be going into full time frame at all times. Okay, right now we have buyers on the month. We have buyers on the week. We had buyers today on the day, as you can see. So this shooter coming down, okay, this is not reconfirming what we're trying to do. All right, what we're looking for is something like this, which is a hammer. Okay, so now this Tesla can come down and it can go into force and it can go lower, but it's going against the grid, okay? And we do not short, we don't want to be shorting that coming down while we're still with a nice big green day, number one, okay? And a month that's green and it's inside, but it's vulnerable as a one, right? So it can be taken up, it can be taken down. It could just and so that's why we call it an actionable signal. All right, so I'm just going to go through some stocks, and when I go through them, I'm going to point them out to you so you get the gist of it. All right, so again, we always want to be going into full time frame continuity. Now this 60 coming down is not playing ball. All right, what we would like to see is a nice hammer coming up here. All right, but it did finish with a decent day, okay, and it took the day up, okay. So this is just some selling pressure that's coming in. It's profit taking. It's it's nothing great, but it can go into force too, okay. But you're gonna have to pay close attention to watch it to see if it does break. All right, but again, it's going against the grid. What we would be looking for is for a reversal that's going to turn around and get it going back up again. All right, so you see these things, they're going to triangle out on you. They come down, they come down, they come down, and then they start to come back up on you again. So this is just some selling pressure coming down. So we would look for this 2 down, and as long as that month is still staying this the color that it is, and being an inside day is probably the big problem why Tesla's really not busting out. Okay, and I think she will. But right now, it's going to be hard for her to get out at 357. All right, so that's going to be tough to get out of. Say, so it could be, but it's sitting in there right now, and we'll see. And it's got a 2-week up, so we'll see if we can. Right now, we're trying to get to 358.76. We're trying to triangle out the whole month that we're in ourselves right now, and that just getting there, 323.50. We got there. Look at that, to the number. Look at that, 323.50. We triangled out the month today. Now this is our target. Okay, 357.39. That's a bit of a move. That's $30. All right, so there's going to be some triangling out before that will go. All right, so I'm going to just go through a few names today. United Airlines just reported earnings, and it looks like they were right in line. Stock closed at 88.47. We have an actionable signal on the week, 2-1. We look for this 2-1 to stay inside the week and then bridge us over to the next week that can go up and or can come in reverse. But the fact that it's green is telling you that it's very bullish. All right, so we're looking for full time frame continuity to continue up, right? We're trying to get this United Airlines back up to here. Well, first thing you got to do is you got to triangle out this month. That thing's got to go back up to $93, which is not that far away. All right, so United Airlines, you get where I'm coming from. There is a hammer. That's an actionable signal, okay, because it's a hammer. Okay, so you see if that goes into force tomorrow and then starts to move upwards. All right, so we'll see about that, United Airlines. We shall see. Netflix is going to report tomorrow, I believe. Netflix with the 2-1 week, looking for the 2-1-2 back down. Otherwise, could just take 2-2 down on the week. Okay? Me personally, I like the 2-1s, 2s. Some people like to trade the 2-2s. Whatever it is you like, or whatever it is that works for you, you know, do what's feeling right for you. If you're making money and you're doing the right things and you're paying attention and you're being confident and you're giving it a lot of patience, and you know, you got to do all this stuff. All right, so Netflix 2-1 back inside there today. And there's your 1. So that's an actionable signal on the day there. Okay, Netflix. I want to make a point about Home Depot just because of the fact that this thing has been so beat down. Just can't get, look at this. All right, this this is a monthly. All right, so it's been chopping up on months. And I got a shooter coming down right now on the monthly. Okay, and I'm 2-2 down on the week. So nothing telling me that this is not going to get going here, okay? I got shooter down, full time frame continuity to the downside, okay? So that's what we're looking for here. You know, for this month to finish out, close out nice, then you would look for the new bar to come in, and then get into force and then start moving down exponentially lower, okay? Unless the buyers want to step in and start changing some things. But Home Depot, I think Kramer was talking about it yesterday, saying it was cheap too. So I don't know about that, but we'll see. All right, Unfi, this is a food stock that kind of fell apart big time back here. All right, and then it got hit again. All right, now you got a 3-1 cooking inside. All right, so this is very bullish. All right, you are 3-1 inside on the monthly. We know that we got about 11 days left. Okay, so that month ain't going to close out for a while. All right, we'll wait and see how it doesn't look like it's going to get out of there from this point. We would look for a 3-1-2 back up and see if we can get it going back up the other way. All right, actionable signal. This is a 3-2, nice on the weekly here. All right, this thing had a nice day today. All right, so coming off the broadening formation kind of from from the daily. So a little bit better. We'll see if that can keep on going. I like GameStop. I think I've been telling you that. It had a decent day today. It took day up. All right, but now it's really got to start stepping its game up. It's going to have to take 2-2 back up. Because here's another one with your month. All right, this is bad. I mean, I really shouldn't even be in this stock just because of the month where it is. But she's been showing me some strength. So they have not gotten stopped out yet. That's all I can say. All right, so I'm back inside here, though, but just got to flip this baby up, and we got to get it back to green before anything else, and that's going to take $24.50. That's 90 cents away. All right, it was acting pretty good today. We'll see if it can get continuation. All right, that's GameStop. MP, just a beast. All-time highs here yesterday, 62.87. 2-1 it stayed inside today. All right, now this has made a really nice move, right? So we'll see if there's continuation to the upside on this one. 62.87. So we're off on that this morning, and we're a little bit lower here right now from 58.55. We're trading $3 lower right now. We're back down to 55. So we're going to be inside day. It could be a 2-1-2 down coming back down, all right? But this has been very, very strong. So trying to go against it is going to be going against the grain again, like I talked about earlier. All right. What else here? KTOS is another one that had a real nice day. Kratos 2-1-2. See, this was the 2-1. That was the one that's, I call them the bridge, right? The one is the bridge. It gets you from here to there without taking out that or taking out the lows. Okay? So it gets the 2-1, it consolidates for you, and then it rests, and then it has an opportunity to make a move to the upside. And that's what happened here today. This thing's moving up very, very nicely. All right, Kratos Defense and Security. It was even coming back at the end of the day here, trying to hammer back up. 54.99 already, higher already this morning. All right. Keep an eye on that one. DJT had a good day today. Coming off the bottom of the broadening formation, I don't know if you guys know what a pivot machine gun is, but a pivot machine gun is when you get a situation like this where you got stocks coming down. All right, this has been kind of choppy, and then they bottomed out here, tried to go, and then they triangled out again. Not quite, so see if it holds here. But a pivot machine gun would be something where we would start taking out these highs. So we would call that, like literally like a machine gun, right to there. Okay, so and then be aware that there's probably going to be stops at all these on all these bars. All right, there's going to be stop orders in there. That's kind of feed the fire too. All right, that was a nice day on DJT. All right, and it was the 2-1-1, so it consolidated for a long time. All right, for 2 full hours, and then the move was made. Okay, so watching these ones, guys, this is where this is, and I'm going to start teaching more and getting the idea of how we actually trade the strat. Okay, and what do you have here? You got an actionable signal on the month doing nothing. All right, so this thing's all of a sudden popped up here. We'll see if they can give us any continuation from there. I'm not in that at all. Nothing going on. Not much there for me. They talked about Tesla. We talked about United Airlines. Just a plethora of stocks that had nice moves today. I'm just going to name a couple here. Ones that we talk about normally. I got Newmont Mining. Newmont Mining had another inside day. I want to keep showing you these 2-1s. Okay, so here's another 2-1 day. So consolidated today, right? Didn't get out. It was trapped inside all day. Okay? So how is that going to come out today? It's still bullish. Your month now has taken a hit coming back inside. Now it's stuck in the middle with you, and that basically is just telling you that it's indecisive. They don't know. They don't know what's going to hear. It's just a spinning top. All right, so it's like a spinning top if you pulled a top and you ran it, but if you touch it, it'll bounce all over the room. If you bounce it, if you hit it hard enough, it'll start to make moves. All right, but Newmont, that just means that it's stalling out. All right, so we see if that can get back up tomorrow on your Newmont mine. So the metals have been a little bit better here. On the groups today, every sector was down today just because of the fact that the diamonds can't get it right. All right, I will beat up on these a lot. So there's my diamonds. Beautiful hammer. Let's see if that can go into force tomorrow and start getting something moving. I do like XLP though. I think that group's going to have a nice hammer up on the day. I know that's hard to see, but it is in there. It's a 2 in there. All right, and that's a hammer up on day. I do have shooter on month. So if this month wants to get saved, it needs to get busy now, because it's only got 11 days left if it wants to turn around. All right, so see if this can get some continuation back up on the upside to see if XLP can get moving. And when I talk about that, I talk about Coca-Cola coming off of the bottom of the broadening formation on the daily. This thing's another one here, all right, with the 111. Okay, this thing has been consolidating for 3 months. All right, it's going to get out. It's going to be a 2 someday. But right now, until that does, it's right now it's setting up for shooter coming down. But we'll see if XLP can get turned around and get these things going again. And Colgate's another one I watch. Shooter down. Shooter down. All right, so this is telling us that we should be going lower here, okay? 222 down here, but there might be an exhaustion risk here coming down. This has been a nice move to the downside on the dailies, all right? So what we would look for is we'd look for this move that goes down, 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 and then we get something that comes inside in here, like a potentially 1, and then we look for that 2-1-2 reversal, and then you start to see if it can hold, okay? If not, it's going to triangle out again on you. All right, so we try to take out the guessing of how many times you're going to get triangled out all the time, and you already know about that. If you're trading, you know that all of a sudden you find yourself selling in the hole. We want to be the recipient of all this bad stuff coming down here, okay? And then we got to make sure that we protect ourselves too. All right, so I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to talk for too long. I want to continue to talk more about actionable signals. We're going to talk about broadening formations. And we're going to talk about other things that I don't usually talk about that much. So I will be pointing these out to you all the time now. Every time I see a 1, I'm going to be saying, hey, this is what's going on over here. Something's inside, and maybe something's going to come out of it. And most don't, but the good ones do. All right, so we'll see if we'll keep it up there. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Everybody have a good night and be good.